The proposed project was called Improving Housing Affordability in the UNECE region, which is the duration starts from May 2020 and it ends in December 2021. Technically, this project was highlighting the scope of improving the housing affordability mainly for the cities and countries in the UNECE region. This project was initiated by the UNECE Committee on Urban Development, Housing and Land Management, or CUDHLM, to the Bureau at the 80th session requested. Generally, this project's main goal is to recover the size of local and national governments and formulate policies purposely for improving housing and sustainability, especially to the UNECE region.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NABILLA binti ADIN. I will proceed with the objectives. In this article, the objective of this project is to improve capacities of national and local governments to formulate policies that improve housing affordability and housing sustainability in the UNECE region. This article was not well-defined objective that establish what is to be accomplished in accordance with the attributes of a project in the project management concept. Basically, project objectives are goals, plain and simple, and it is of the utmost importance that a project's objectives are stated clearly, as this will impact every decision in the project life cycle. The objectives should be achievable, realistic, and can be complete within the time allowed. Referring to the article, the goals and objective is stated clearly, however, they did not include when the project will begin and when the project will end. In the concept of project management, the clear objectives refers to specific purpose and must be measurable and contain key performance indicators that will be used to assess a project's overall success. These indicators will often include criteria such as budget, quality, and time to completion. Other than that, there is the lack of management concept that should be applied in this case study. It can be seen they are only mentioned or explained about the expected result of the project, the target group, and beneficiaries of the project. They did not explain about the way or initiative that they want to implement for the project. Thus, the objective cannot be achieved, and these projects seem unclear about what their goals and how they will achieve it. The article also mentions about the justification of project and its relationship to the program work, but they also did not include the risks, challenges, and solutions as in the project management. They should provide clearly any potential problem that could be arise in the project and list down the needs to handle the project. As the result, projects will be easy to conduct and the process and procedure of the project will be more systematic and efficient. According to Jack Guido and James P. Clements, technical section of a proposal convinces the customer that the contractor understands the need or problem and can provide the least risky. The technical section of a plan helps to persuade the client that the provider understands their needs and can give a low-risk, profitable, and fair solution. The elements of technical section of the project include an understanding of the problem, a proposed solution or approach, which includes the method of collecting and analyzing information, methods of alternative evaluation, and the justification of the proposed solution, and confirmation that the suggested solution would meet the client's expectation and benefits to the client. We proceed to the next presenter.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. Let's moving forward to the technical sections. The objective of the technical sections of the contractor proposal is to convince the customer that the contractor understands the needs or the problem and can provide the least risky and most beneficial solutions. First technical section that we can identify is unclear problem statement. A problem statement is a concise overview of the problem or the issue that a project intends to address and resolve in some way. In the problem statement, both the represent the condition and the one that is expected to be reached in the future are described together with any differences between the both. Based on this article, Improving Housing Affordability in UNEC Region 2020, this article does not mention or provide the issue that face the tendency for people to afford a house in the UNEC region, where this article only describes the policy challenges as the countries and cities in the UNEC regions. In addition, this article also failed to show the particular descriptions of each problem that happened throughout the project being done, whereas the good problem statement requires a clear understanding of the needs. It is important to demonstrate to the customer that the contractor has a solid understanding of the issue or the requirement to be addressed, and to provide the groundwork for the suggested solutions in the next technical sections. Contractor may wish to provide a narrative or graphical descriptions. Thus, it can be said that it has a bad problem statement that will lead to undriven customer understanding, and also the contractor is responsible to explaining how the client will benefit from the suggested method or solutions, as well as how it will contribute to meeting success criteria or intended result of the project.
For the lack of description of work tasks, the project proposed for improving housing affordability in the UNEC region was not stated the work tasks that have been assigned. The proposed project should be stating the list of work tasks to show how the project management is being implemented and also to lay out the duties taken. Furthermore, the project proposed is unable to provide a better understanding and clear requirements since it gives to the productivity of the project proposed. The proposed project should come up with better work tasks, such as the organizations involved being assigned a specific task accordingly in accomplishing the goal of the project. Of deliverables, deliverables could be defined as the process of development and the statement of work that is implemented to complete a particular activity. Referring to the figure shown, the activities of the project proposed, but it does not come up with the approaches taken to deliver the result of the objectives. The proposed project should be contained with details of the approach taken in delivering it to accomplish the objective itself. Also, the person conducting the planned activities. The deliverables for the project are quietly incomplete since the approaches that have been taken are not really described well.
In addition to that, this proposed project lacks a work breakdown structure and merely lists the intended tasks, not the details of each task organization or the person in charge of carrying it out. The work breakdown structure, the WBS, can be used to determine the work task, where it basically is a technique that may be used to construct a project's work and act as a useful diagram to help the project be carried out successfully. The activities list and the person in responsibility of each task are clearly identified in the work breakdown structure, together with the scheduling and planning. Without it, the project management could be impacted by the deliverable flow of the activities scheduled in the project. In stating each action that is to be completed as well as the team engaged, it can be like in terms of hierarchy tree. This work breakdown structure implementation is extremely effective and precise in outlining the activities deliverables. Next would be lack of project schedule. The length of time or anticipated completion date of the project is given based on the case study. However, it does not have a comprehensive schedule that is outlining how the project is progressing. In other words, every task that needs to be carried out in order to finish the project. As a result, the case study did not use one of the program management components, which is by offering a project schedule. According to concept of project management, arranging a project schedule is very crucial as it helps the project to be done within the time range. For example, Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is basically referring to a bar chart that estimates and represents the duration of each task on a horizontal timeline. It could be used to schedule a project so that the team can clearly see the progress, which tasks need to be performed next, and so on. So, as it's accessible to everybody, every group members. Next, I will proceed to incomplete cost estimation, lack of information on the estimated budget. Based on the case study in terms of cost section, it could be assumed that it lack of information regarding the budget that has been estimated for the project. According to the project management philosophy, a proposal needs to be comprehensive and include all of the expenditures related to renting the spaces and tools needed to process or complete the project, the cost of obtaining the equipment required for both the conference and the report writing process. However, is not covered by this case study. Other than that, it solely specified the consultant's compensation for the project. Costly hardware and technological software would surely be needed to ensure that the project could be finished as planned with a minimum amount of risk outcomes. The only information provided in this case study is information about the consultants. The exact cost to deliver the equipment and software is not stated or being explained. Also, even though the project's overall cost was revealed in the case study, in this instance, it is obvious that the cost of documentations intended was not disclosed in this case study. Last but not least, based on the results-based budget table for the extra budgetary project that is provided in the case study, it stated the charges of €6,500 for the program's 13% indicated support cost. In project management, the program support must be made explicit. For instance, it should state the assistance in the form of extra labor, overhead expenses, or a management reserve. So we can see regarding the budget estimate for the 13% of program support cost, there is insufficient information where this can cause the planned project to be overpriced or underpriced due to the budget being computed randomly and improperly projected without accurate deficit information.
Last but not least, to conclude, the project report commonly only includes the general report, most likely consisting of the objective, the activities, and also the budgetary. But they did not specify clearly the problem statement and solution that they produce in this project report. Where the project report only managed to have the general report, improve the capacity of the national and local government to formulate the policy that improve housing affordability and housing sustainability in the UNEC region. The action that will be carried out in order to accomplish the objectives of this project are included in the descriptions. Thus, the objective of the project is very easily understood. Although this report on this project is quite clear, it is still insufficient since it does not use all the necessary concepts of the project management. As a result, it will be preferable for this project report to completely apply the idea of the project management. The content of the project report should be content and arrangements such as the technical part, management sections, scheduling utilizations of the Gantt chart, and also the work breakdown structure, WBS. To add, since the projects are still on the progress, we are unable to determine if it was a successful or not at this time. It is possible that people may doubt the authenticity of the contractor's project success if they fail to provide enough details. 10. In the management sections, this project has several shortcomings in terms of its program management and it lacks of the risk management. Meanwhile, in the cost sections, the same goes to the management sections, which consists of the several lacks, including the unclear cost of the project, a lack of the information on the total profit, and no detail on the cost or equipment and resources in the case study.